Begin by publicly passing my condolences on to J. Lowe's family, his wife Courtney. He was a great man, a gentleman, and he will be missed and remembered. And I want to publicly pass my condolences to his family. As for the game. Obviously, Kenny Gaines had a career night because he played within himself. He was very disappointed in his play in the first game, and our defense was much better. We took better care of the basketball, and quite frankly, we just had more time to reinvent ourselves without Juwan and Derek, and we just were more comfortable tonight than we were the first time out. And it's certainly good to beat a very good Murray State team. They're going to win a lot of ball games, and that's a good win.
In terms of Gaines' performance, I mean, have you had a game where, I mean, that big of a share of the offensive load? I mean, for one guy to score that big a percentage, I mean, and do you just sort of start?
Well, he's the only guy in double figures tonight, but I don't think he might have taken one bad shot, but we felt like that we needed to give him some shots and get him in rhythm, and he was very patient to start the game. I thought he was overly aggressive the other night, and the new rules got him in foul trouble, and it just snowballed on him. And so he really was determined to play well tonight.
Mark, you say he played within himself. When he hit those 3 threes in a row down, were those all? I mean, some of those it looked like, hand in the face, and he was just saying.
The only one is in the corner. I thought one in the corner might have been one. I can't remember what the shot clock was, but the other ones, things right out of offense. And obviously when he had a hot hand, he has a green light. He's been a very good player for us, and he just felt so bad about the first game, because when you foul out in just 16 minutes and you can't really help your team, and he felt off.
The rest of the offense seemed to struggle tonight. What was sort of the issue with that?
Well, let's give Murray State's defense credit. They have great team speed, and we really simplified what we were doing. We made some changes tonight because we just felt like, the small lineup that we've worked on for 6 weeks included Juwan Parker, and when we had to play small in the first game, we just had to move too many people around. We weren't a good team. We were out of rhythm, and our rotations were a mess. And so we went back and played kind of conventional, played 2 bigs most of the game, and so we kind of simplified what we ran, and they packed it in. And so Yante didn't get a lot of great looks. But when you pack it in, there's going to be some open threes, and fortunately Kenny shot some in. JJ didn't shoot it well, but Kenny obviously did.
When you have guys struggling shooting, did you like what you saw out of them elsewhere? I mean, a lot of guys had a lot of rebounds.
I thought Kenny Paulgino made a huge impact on the game, rebounding the ball. I think that we've had a lot of guys play well. I don't think Charles played particularly well, but as a senior, he'd be the first one to tell you that. But we had a lot of guys contribute to the win.
Did you like what you saw of your defense tonight, holding them at 30%?
Well, you can imagine what our practices were like this week, and we made progress because our defense was much better.
Going back to Kenny, what do you think it says about his ability for him to really be the only one that stayed in a rhythm all game and for you guys to still get the win?
Well, here's what I say about Kenny Gaines. He chose to come to school here when he had Kenny Contavious as a McDonald's All-American in front of him. And he wasn't scared of the challenge. And every day in practice, he got great lessons. And today, he finally paid one back. Not finally, he's done it a lot. But, he's been a very determined basketball player. And he's gotten better, and he's had a tough go with his foot. And it's good to see him finally play well.
How big was Jonte? Because it seemed like in the beginning of the game, they were getting to the rim at will. And then in the second half, he kind of clamped down on that.
Early in the game, they drove us quickly the first couple times. It ran a cut off the post, which we had not seen on tape. And then we went to the zone just because, with the new rules. I mean, we were in the zone, and they still beat us to the 1-on-1 in the second half. It took us forever to get in the bonus. But, we just did that really to try and stay out of foul trouble because we're not as deep right now until we get some guys back.
When did you go JJ over Charles in the final minutes?
JJ had played better, and so he's experienced. He's a junior, and he's a guy that we trust with the ball in his hands. And tonight was just the time to go with him.
Maybe one more question.
It seemed like Edwards was doing a lot of good things, maybe offensively, not just not finishing. I mean, do you like what you're seeing for him?
Well, I didn't get it, you know, Mike never got really a chance to finish a play. We used him more as a screener tonight, and I thought Mike really gave us good minutes. He was very good defensively. I thought he rebounded the ball well, kept some balls alive. We didn't run one thing for him to get a shot, and he got a couple up, but, you know, as a freshman, I thought it was a pretty good second game.
Thanks, Coach.